This is Ospreyeye from mychartcoach.com, and we're going to take a look at some of the stocks that were hot today. These are a lot of the stocks that were up big today, and we're going to see if they're going to follow through tomorrow. I'm going to go through this really quickly, and there's going to be a couple plays that are setting up as well. So first up is DCTH. Okay, you notice here this is a really nasty long downtrend. Candles have been riding EMA4 resistance lower. There was a close above on the 17th, and then candles pulled back further, and then finally there was a close above that level today. So what we're looking for now with the close above EMAs 4 and 8 is a close above EMA 13. If there's a close above EMA 13, there could be a run up to this middle Bollinger Band. So the first target is EMA 13, and then the second target is this middle Bollinger Band. There was a really big volume spike today. So that's promising. There was volume behind the move. If it can get above the middle Bollinger Band, close above that level, there's possibility for the 50-day simple moving average. This is such a big downtrend that it needs to break that in order to head higher first, and you do that by breaking the EMAs. Notice this big volume spike down here. It looks like a lot of people loaded for higher levels, so keep an eye on this. Past runs off the lower Bollinger Band have led to a run to the 50-day simple moving average. Okay, let's look at MOSY. Okay, this is another ticker symbol that's in play today. It had a nice bounce. Notice that this is another nasty downtrend play. The candles have been forming below the middle Bollinger Band. They're riding EMA 4 and 8 resistance lower. There were 5 red candles in a row, and then there was a bounce today. So this is basically a dead cat bounce play. There was this PSAR bull flip, so the green dots are down here now below the candles. See how they're above the candles, they flip below. This is another break the Bollinger Band play, the middle Bollinger Band. That is the key resistance level to break. If it can bust above that tomorrow, above 24, it has a chance to run up to this 50-day simple moving average. That would be the next target along with this upper Bollinger Band. If you could see here, it broke above and then it almost hit the upper Bollinger Band and 50-day simple moving average. So that's what we're looking for. Once again, there's volume behind the move. There was loading down here. Check it out. There was loading. So and this is at a similar level here with these big bars. Notice how they're all at a similar level. There's a good chance that this could bounce and make a run higher. So let's see if the volume will follow through. Okay, let's look at another play. You got Fasto here above 50. You want to see RSI get above 50 as well. Okay, here's AUPH. Okay, here's a stock that is on a multi-day run. You could see it has formed 7 green volume bars in a row. It's been stair climbing higher, and then the key with this stock was the moving averages here. They were all converged at the same level. You could see here the 50, the 100, the 200, 300 were all together, and so we were looking for a break today above the 200 and the 100-day simple moving average to signal more upside potential. That happened, but there was this close well above the upper Bollinger Band. You can see the upper Bollinger Band here, and there was this big volume spike following a multi-day run. So we don't know. This could be a climax spike. If it is, look for these support levels to hold on a pullback. This is a strong uptrend. It started back here when this middle Bollinger Band was broken. As long as the middle Bollinger Band is holding, the uptrend should continue. The line in the sand, though, is this are these moving averages. You want to see candles stay above that. If they break below, that could see a signal of pullback down to the middle Bollinger Band. Okay, so keep an eye on AUPH. Some of the upper levels to break. You can see here. It closed above this resistance zone here, and then let's see here. And then right here, it hit the high of day here. If it gets above this zone here, above this 320, you could see this running back into the 4s. Ultimately, this November 16th close here at $4 would be the big target to break. Okay, so let's look here. Oh yeah, and with AUPH, the thing with this is you've got Fasto at 98. So with Fasto at 98 and RSI now breaking 70, this is hitting overbought levels. If you look at the past run, when the upper Bollinger Band was hit back here on this candle, the Fasto was above 80 and RSI was about hitting 70, and this is a similar level here. So if history repeats, this will pull back tomorrow. So we'll see. It could be a bullish change in trend and keep going, but multi-day runs are hard to keep going. Okay, let's look at NAK. Okay, I just posted a video on this earlier. I meant to show you this weekly chart here. This is an old weekly chart, and this is the last annotations on that chart. But you could see this had been filling this gap, and our last target was, it had filled up to here, and we were looking for this gap to fill. The top of the gap was the next target, and it ran to that level, and then it broke above that this week uh, uh, broke above this week, and this is a weekly chart. I'm sorry, but it broke above this level 2 weeks ago, and then this is an older chart, and then now each candle represents a week of trading, and now what we have is this break above the 300-day simple moving average. There's a close above that on Friday, and then it's breaking out higher. So this is really pushing. You can see how vertical this move is. I mean, check out how the big volume is increasing as the share price is heading higher, and so this is getting very parabolic here. I'm not sure if this is sustainable, but it just keeps filling these jars. It's just filling more and more, but it is getting super steep. If there is a pullback, look for this 300-day simple moving average at 254 to hold. As long as this trend continues, this multi-month trend of riding EMA's 4 and 8 support higher above the middle Bollinger Band, the uptrend should continue. The one risk is the middle Bollinger Band is way down here at 141. So if it does pull back and it gets below that 300-day simple moving average, you could have some kind of correction like this. So everybody's in this trade right now, and everybody's talking about it, and they're pushing it super high, and that's sometimes when you need to be cautious. And look here, there's a giant volume spike. So and this week's candle is pushing well above the upper Bollinger Band. And if you watch the last video, you know what we said about pushing above the upper Bollinger Band. And if you look here, Fasto's at 95 and RSI's at 84, so this is really frothy levels. All right, so let's look at the next chart. The next one is PRKR. Okay, PRKR is a thinly traded stock. What caught my eye on this one is this volume spike here. Okay, so there's this big volume spike on Friday. And then I didn't do that very good, but yeah, so there's this big volume spike on Friday with this move above the 50-day simple moving average, the moving average. The candles pull back here, and then notice how it held support. Actually, this candle here closed above the open, and then now today what we have is we have today there was this nice close above the 50-day simple moving average. So I'm thinking if that holds and turns into support, there's a potential for a run back up here to the 100 and the 300-day simple moving average. So keep an eye on PRKR. It is thinly traded. Thinly traded stocks are hard to sell, but this could have more upside to potential if that 50-day simple moving average turns into support. Okay, here's WG. Okay, this caught my eye today here on this move above the middle Bollinger Band. If you look here, the middle Bollinger Band was broken, and there was a close above, and this close above the middle Bollinger Band is signaling more upside potential, a possibly new uptrend. Notice the bounce off of the 50-day simple moving average, this green line. Candles broke middle Bollinger Band support, pulled back, bounced off the 50, and now back above the middle Bollinger Band. So what the stock needs to do now is it needs to get above this closing price here on December the 20th. Okay, so 20th and 22nd, or 20th and 21st here. This high close, we always go by the high close, and this is lined up with the upper Bollinger Band. So if there can be a break above that high close, then notice there's this sideways channel here, and it's bouncing off of the bottom of the channel. So the share price peaked, it's been channeling sideways, bouncing off the bottom of the channel. The top of the channel is 327. If it can break this 327, 330 zone, it could break out higher. So keep an eye on WG. What we do like is the bullish volume spike. Okay, this is signaling more upside potential. Notice how there was light volume at the bottom. See that? The seller's tired here as it was consolidating. And then the low volume followed by a volume spike that's usually followed by a push higher. There was a bullish crossover on MACD on the 813.5. 25. Look for a bullish crossover here on the 12.26.9 to signal the start of a new uptrend. Oh yeah, and then look at parabolic SAR, the green dots. They're getting ready to flip below the candles. So keep an eye on WG. And then the last one here, keep an eye on OPTT. This is one to keep an eye on because of these tight Bollinger Bands. This is a super tight Bollinger Band play. So look at the big move back here in November. There was this giant spike, right, on this huge volume. And you got this move above the moving averages, and then they hit all this moving average zone and pulled back, and then this 300-day simple moving average failed to turn into support, and then it's just sideways, just serious channel. And notice how the Bollinger Bands are getting super tight. Look back here, they're really wide, and then they're just getting so tight here that it's setting up for a move. Okay, the pressure is building. The tighter the Bollinger Bands get, at some point either the upper Bollinger Band is going to break and it's going to be a breakout to the upside, or the lower Bollinger Band is going to break and it's going to break down to the downside. Now what happened today, look at the green dots, parabolic SAR, they flipped below the candles. So there was an inverted candle. There's been lots of them. A lot of times when you see these upper wicks, it's a signal that people are loading. Notice that you've got the upper wick and there's a volume spike, upper wick, volume spike. See, people are loading. This is our clue. This is this, people, you can follow the big traders by seeing where they're loading. And this is the pattern. Look at each one of these volume spikes is accompanied by these white candles, so that have the upper wicks. So it looks to me like this has been heavily loaded in this sideways pattern, and then eventually this is going to pop. What you want to do is see a break above this upper Bollinger Band, and then this 365, 300-day simple moving average is the next target. If it can get above that, it should run up to the 200 and 100-day simple moving average. That's lined up with the high close back here on November the 16th, and if it could break above this high close, then it could really get moving. But keep an eye on this. I mean, look at the MACD. This thing is sandwiched. Look how it's just totally been pinched for days. This thing is wound tight. So I had to show you this. This is setting up, pretty good chance this thing is going to pop soon. All right. Hey, thanks for viewing these charts. If you like technical analysis and you want to learn more, check us out at mychartcoach.com and our YouTube channel at mychartcoach.com. And if you want to learn real time during the trading day and ask me questions live and learn how to trade and to analyze charts like this, please check out our chat. Okay. Thanks a lot. Have a great evening. Bye.